What is up, everybody? Brian Voskel here with Pit Face Barbecue, and more specifically for this 12-part series, it has been the Pit Face Barbecue Whiskey Crew. You have made it to night 10 of Will It Christmas. If you don't know what Will It Christmas is all about, check out the link in the description below. It takes you to the introduction video. But basically, we take what is the most unintentionally Christmas-tasting whiskey liqueur thing called the Knot. We put a little bit of it in this fun stuff behind me here, and we see if we can't get a little holly jolly out of these other whiskeys and fine spirits. Tonight's going to be pretty fun. Have something that was recommended to me as being a potential candidate for Christmasing, and it is from the Barrell Bourbon Company called Barrell Seagrass. Now, Barrell, the company, does some really cool stuff. They blend bourbons, rye, Canadian rye, age them in different sorts of barrels and whatnot. And as far as experiments go, this is no exception. This is a rye whiskey finished in rum, Madeira, and apricot brandy barrels. Yeah, it's a lot going on. I got a little bit in the glass already, been tasting it out. It's got that real classic rye spice. You get a little bit of good burn. It's almost 60% alcohol, so it's definitely formidable. And I don't know if they named the whiskey and then made it, or made the whiskey and then gave it the name, but that Seagrass seems kind of apt. It's almost like you get some of that salt water off of the nose. But we're not here to review Barrell Seagrass. We're here to ask it a question: will it Christmas? And to do that, we need to put in some of the Knot. And when I say some, you know what I'm talking about. We need a boop, right? Let's put in a boop of the Knot. There is our boop. And let's see what we get. Tall task, spicy, high proof. And we're going to try to get the Knot to weave in there. I don't know. Okay. So right off the nose, I still get that real savory saltwater air note. But if I hang with it for a little bit, it's almost like the icing that's used for caulking on those gingerbread houses. We may have something. On the palate, again, it's that rye grain, that spice. Again, I keep referring back to that salty note, but it's there, and it's very enjoyable. But I think we might have a little ginger and a little peppermint hanging on by a thread. Think of like savory candies, like salted caramel, that sort of thing. I'm actually picking up a little bit more of the mint, but I feel like I'm in the wrong hemisphere. Like I'm celebrating Christmas in the southern hemisphere, where the weather's still warm and everything. Think of that Corona commercial where they put the Christmas lights on the palm tree. It's perfect. So you're out by the beach, you got a palm tree with Christmas lights on it. That's the sort of holly jolly that I'm getting off of this. That buttery smoothness from the rum is in there. I tell you, I'm starting to perk up, starting to get a little bit more in the spirit than I was at the onset of tasting this stuff. Here's a good way. If I were to say steak, just the food steak, you don't immediately think of the holidays. But if I said prime rib, maybe you're going to start thinking of a holiday meal. For us, we do prime rib for our Christmas meal, so maybe it's just me that thinks about it. But when I do the prime rib, have this salt and butter and fresh rosemary concoction that I kind of baste it with to help get the crust all settled in. And when you think about it, that's what I'm picking up here. I got the savoriness of the salt, that butteriness from the rum. The herb, that rye spice would be like the fresh rosemary herbs and whatnot. So now take that crust from the prime rib, and while it's on the plate, it just happens to touch up against the cranberry sauce. And you pick up a little sweetness now. Prime rib, a little cranberry. Are we starting to think holidays? I mean, there's a roundabout way to get there, but we got there. That's kind of what's happening here. This is a roundabout way of starting to get in that holiday spirit. Despite what I was thinking, or my initial impressions, this is starting to work. Let's give it a score here. We're going to grant this one white elephant 2 elf ears. Of course, we had to do the elf ears. And let's stick with that palm tree. This is a palm tree decorated in Christmas lights. And I am pleased to say, Barrell Seagrass, It Will Christmas. This was a good one. Long roundabout way of getting there, but we got some Christmas out of it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night for video 11, night 11 of Will It Christmas. These have been a blast to do. But for now, I'm going to enjoy this surprisingly holiday spirit of my glass. Cheers, all. Kick the Grinch's ass, Seagrass.